So the first thing you want to do is make sure you have a casserole dish big enough to make the lasagna. Yeah, that's good. And make sure you have your ingredients. I don't usually use Hunt's, but it was on sale, so I said, all right, I'll try it. Make sure you got your cheeses, or whatever you want to put in there. You can, if you don't want to use eggplant, you can use zucchini. Some people use spinach. They cook the spinach and then they drain it. You gotta drain it of all the fluids, and then you can put that in the lasagna too. But these are my ingredients. So let me start cleaning and cooking, and I'll take pictures along the way. To peel or not to peel the eggplant? Well, it's picker's choice. Some people say it tastes really good peeled, but I've had lasagna that was awesome and they didn't peel the eggplant, so I may not peel it. So I'm just gonna cut it into, try to get it as thinly sliced as I can. I'm only gonna use it for one layer. That's why I only bought one eggplant. So I'm like, one layer is good. So just cut it as thinly as you can, because you're gonna use this the same way you would the lasagna noodles. Just gonna spread it across like a layer. Alright, that's good. Bart, don't you come over here, Bart. Mama's cooking. Go back and play. Thank you. So that looks good. Alright, so this one. Go back and look at this one. Bart, I said get away. Oh, damn it. Bart, you're gonna make me cut myself. You better get out of here. Go. Come on. I'll lock you up. Okay, so some people batter the eggplant, like they'll have egg and maybe some breadcrumbs, and then they bake it and let it get soft. But I'm not doing that today. What I'm going to do is just season it with salt and pepper, and then I'm going to cook it in this cast iron pan and just kind of let it get brown on each side, and then that's all I'm doing with the eggplant. Okay, so I got all of those brown. I'm gonna let them rest in whatever oil that's on it. Hopefully it drips off, but I'm gonna check for that before I start putting the layers. Next thing I'm gonna do is clean this cast iron pan and get started on the meat. The ground beef is what I'm choosing for this recipe today, so I'll be right back. So all I'm gonna do is brown it. This is the 70-30, fat and lean and all of that stuff. So I'm just gonna brown it. I'll throw a little bit of seasoning, but I won't put too much because all the cheese and the pasta sauce, that has a lot of salt in it already, so you really don't need to add anything extra to the dish. You'll see. So for me, I'm trying to make this as easy as I can. So I'm going to put a little bit of the minced onion. I'll put some onion powder. I'll put some garlic powder, just a little. Basil leaves. I have another thing in there, okay. And just a couple sprinkles of the light salt to the meat before I add it. Once I drain it, and I'm going to drain it, add the seasonings, add the pasta sauce, and let that cook for a little while, okay? Almost there. Not quite brown enough. I don't want no pink. No pink. Just cook all the way through. And then I'm going to drain this. A little bit of fat. This is the lean meat, so it doesn't have that much, but I'm still gonna drain it off because we don't want to clog our arteries up, y'all. Alright, so here we go. Some more of that in there. A little bit of salt. This is it's table salt, but it's made very finely, so it's not as big like the normal, table salt, whatever. So I'm gonna let this cook a little bit, and then I'm gonna put it into a pot and add my sauce, because this little pan is not gonna be able to hold all the sauce and everything together. So it's gonna have to be transferred into a bigger, like a pot. Okay, so I've drained it, put it in a pot, and I added the pasta sauce. I'm gonna let it cook on low for a little while, and while that's happening, we'll move on to the next step. But I'm gonna come back and taste this, because if it doesn't taste the way I want, then I can add ingredients, add for taste, okay? So I took it upon myself to go ahead and season it to my liking. And now what I'm gonna do is drain some of this pasta sauce into the pasta dish, into the lasagna pan, okay? Do that real fast. Okay, so I got some on the bottom of the pan. I'm gonna try to just smooth it. It doesn't have to be perfect or anything, because this is what you're gonna build everything with, okay? I'm gonna continue to let this cook though. And then right now I'm gonna go ahead and preheat the oven to 400 degrees. All right. So the next step, I'm gonna crack open this lasagna, but I'm gonna show you a trick to do with the lasagna, because I'm not boiling the lasagna ahead of time. I'm baking it, and it's gonna cook as it bakes in the oven. So hang on just a second. Here we go. Alfredo sauce. What could she be doing with that? Let's see. So what I'm gonna do with this is just put a little on the lasagna, the first layer of lasagna. I'm gonna put some of this on there. This is gonna help absorb the pasta, help it cook better. So you do that to all of the ones on the first level, okay? The first layer. And then you put it right in the dish, just like this. Okay? Let me do that, and then I'll show you the rest of the steps. It's real easy. Okay, so then next I'm gonna put some of the beef on there. I'm gonna cover that with cheese. I got a couple different ones here. I'll probably put the mozzarella first, and then when you repeat this process, you don't have to use, you can continue with the Alfredo sauce, but you don't have to. You would, after you put the meat and cheese, then you put another layer of lasagna, another layer of meat, another layer of cheese. Then you're gonna put lasagna, eggplant, meat, and cheese, and that should be it. Okay, and then you can pop it in the oven for about an hour and a half. Yeah, hour and a half sounds about right. And until the top gets nice and melty and browned, and that's when you know it's ready. Okay. So I've repeated layering it twice. I probably could have went a third time, but I'm like, nah, let's just finish up with the eggplant and cheese. I'm gonna put whatever leftover sauce I have, because I used most of it on the first two layers. So whatever's left of it, I'm gonna pour it on top, and then cover this bad boy up with cheese and let it do its thing in the oven. Okay. I think I might turn it down to 375. I don't know, we'll see. We will see. It's been a minute since I made lasagna, so yeah. And I'm just gonna cover this bad boy up with all the cheese that I got left. The Alfredo can go in the refrigerator. Maybe I'll make some fettuccine Alfredo or something later in the week. It should be okay. I'm gonna use a little bit of it. So. Oven's ready. All right, so I'm gonna dump the last of this, and I'm gonna top it off with the Italian style 6 cheese blend. It has mozzarella, provolone, Asiago, Parmesan, Romano, and Fontina cheese. So it's gonna be delicious. Yeah. Okay, so I got it all covered. It has pasta on the bottom, meat and cheese, then pasta, then meat and cheese, then eggplant, then meat and cheese. So I'm going to cover this up with aluminum foil. I'm going to stick it in the oven. Because I cooked everything, the only thing that didn't cook that's going to cook in the oven is the pasta. It should take maybe 45 minutes or something like that. Okie dokie. Let's look at, that's smelling good. Let's look and see how we're doing. Okay, so it's looking good, looking good. I guess I'll take the foil paper off. I want to let it get a little bit brown, and it's almost done. All right then. I'm just gonna take my big fork to see if the lasagna's been cooked. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty much done. I just want to let it brown and then cool it off before you try to cut into it. It's too hot to eat fresh out of the oven. You gotta let it cool off. All right, bon appetit. Oh, so smells delicious. Let's get a little bit brown. So once I get as brown as I want, I'm gonna take it out and let it cool off. Did you say you're ready to eat? In a few more minutes, honey. Just give it a few more minutes. Oh yes, that looks and smells so delicious. But as you can see, it's still bubbling, so we gotta let this cool